I need to warn you, if you don't remove these 6 things from your home immediately, you could be dooming your financial future without even realizing it. Does that sound like an exaggeration? Maybe. But I guarantee that once you understand what's behind this, your perspective on money, abundance, and success will never be the same again. What I'm about to reveal to you could be the key to unlocking your financial life. But it only works for those who have the courage to face the truth and take action. Are you ready to change your reality and become truly wealthy? Then listen carefully. Do you want more money? More freedom? More opportunities? Ask yourself, what might be holding you back in a life of scarcity without you even realizing it? Let's find out now. I need to tell you something that might seem small but is enormous when we talk about prosperity. Look around you. How many objects do you keep that represent scarcity? How many times have you picked up an old, worn-out wallet to put a bit of money in without even realizing what you were doing to your mindset? Everything around us carries energy. And if your home is filled with items that symbolize lack, then that's exactly what you are reinforcing in your life every single day. Every object speaks to your mind, even if you don't realize it. Those coins scattered in the drawer, the old receipts from difficult times, even that jar of loose change you never use, all of it connects you to a vibration of scarcity. As Albert Einstein once said, everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. I once knew a man who had a habit of keeping old and torn banknotes. To him, it was just money, he didn't care about its condition. But what he didn't realize was that this carelessness reflected exactly how he treated wealth. He was stuck in a reality of financial struggle, without realizing that he was reinforcing this energy every single day. When I finally decided to talk to him about it, he resisted. He said, "Bob, it's just paper, it doesn't matter." But I insisted, if you don't respect money, how do you expect it to respect you? So, he decided to give it a try. He threw away the torn banknotes, organized his wallet, stopped accumulating loose change, and started treating money as something valuable. What happened next? Within just a few weeks, a new job opportunity appeared, something he had been waiting for years. He got the pay rise he had always wanted, and before long, he was finally in control of his financial life. Coincidence? I don't think so. And I know what you might be thinking right now, but Bob, they are just objects, they can't make that much of a difference. But let me ask you, how many times have you found yourself stuck in the same cycles of financial struggle, trying to change your life but never succeeding? How many times have you felt that no matter what you do, you can never seem to move forward? Well, maybe the answer lies in the small details you've always ignored. That's why I challenge you to do a test right now. Take something that represents scarcity to you, something you've kept for years without realizing its impact, and get rid of it. Just one item. Just one small step. And watch what happens over the next few days. Observe how you feel. Notice if new opportunities start to appear. Because when you change what's around you, you change what's inside you. When you change on the inside, the world changes for you. Now, let me ask you something. How do you handle your bills? Where do you keep them? Are they scattered around the house, thrown into drawers, piled up on the table? Or worse, do you have a stack of overdue bills accumulating, and you can barely bring yourself to look at them? I need to tell you something you may have never thought about. Keeping overdue bills in sight at home is not just a financial oversight. It is a powerful symbol of disorder and a lack of control over your own life. And if you want to become a prosperous person, you need to eliminate this immediately. The human brain works in a fascinating way. Everything you see frequently reinforces a mental pattern within you. If your home is full of overdue bills, you are sending a daily message to your mind that you are always in debt, always owing, always chasing after money. This creates anxiety, stress, and, worse still, reinforces a cycle of scarcity. It is not just me saying this, studies prove it. Research shows that people in debt experience extremely high levels of stress, which directly affects their ability to make good financial decisions. The more pressure you feel, the harder it becomes to see solutions and new opportunities to escape the situation. I once met a woman who lived in exactly this reality. Every time I entered her home, I saw piles of overdue bills scattered everywhere. She always said she was trying to organize her finances, but each month seemed worse than the last. She worked hard, but she never managed to get out of the red. One day, I asked her, "Have you ever stopped to realize that your home reflects your financial life exactly? If you can't organize what is around you, how do you expect to organize what is inside you?" This made her think. So, she decided to try something different. She gathered all the overdue bills, organized what needed to be paid, and got rid of the old papers. She created a system where she only visualized her future commitments without being weighed down by the past. A few weeks later, something surprising happened. Her work started to flow better, she found ways to renegotiate her debts, and for the first time in years, she managed to end the month without feeling suffocated. Was this a coincidence? I would say no. It was a change in mindset. And that is exactly what you need to do. If you have overdue bills piling up, organize them. If necessary, place them somewhere where you can see a clear plan, but never allow them to serve as constant reminders of your financial situation. Money responds to your energy. If you live surrounded by chaos, you only attract more chaos. If you organize yourself, you attract order. And with order comes clarity. And with clarity, opportunities arise. Now, you might be thinking, "But Bob, my bills are real, my payments need to be made, I can't just ignore them." And I completely agree with you. The point here is not to pretend that problems don't exist. The point is to stop reinforcing them daily in a way that paralyzes you. Replace anxiety with action. Look at your bills with a plan, not with fear. Grab a notebook, list your obligations, set goals, and stick to them. But never let the papers of your debts take over your environment and your mindset. Let me ask you something. How many old clothes do you have stored in your wardrobe? How many pieces have you not worn for years but still insist on keeping because, somehow, you believe you might need them one day? Maybe that worn-out shirt that has lost its color, those jeans that no longer fit, or that coat that has been hanging there for so long you can't even remember when you got it. And now I ask you, why are you still holding on to these things? If there is something that prevents prosperity from entering your life, it is clinging to what no longer serves you. Every piece of clothing you own but never wear is a reflection of the past that you refuse to let go of. Did you know that financially successful people have a common habit when it comes to clothing? They don't accumulate excess. They don't keep clothes that no longer represent who they are today. And most importantly, they wear clothes that make them feel powerful, confident, and ready to face the world. I remember a highly successful businessman once shared a secret with me that completely changed my perspective on this matter. He told me, "Bob, if you want to prosper, you need to learn to dress like the rich version of yourself. You can't keep a past of scarcity in your wardrobe and expect a future of abundance." And that made perfect sense. Have you ever noticed how your confidence changes when you put on a new, well-fitted outfit that makes you feel in control? What you wear is not just fabric. It is a symbol of how you see yourself. And the way you see yourself determines how the world treats you. So, I challenged a friend. I asked her to go through all the clothes she no longer wore, everything that was worn out, everything that no longer represented the person she wanted to become. She hesitated at first, but eventually agreed. By the time she finished, she had gotten rid of more than half of her wardrobe. And do you know what happened next? A few weeks later, she received a job offer that completely transformed her life. Does it seem like magic? No, it's energy. It's about making space for the new. It's about allowing abundance to have room to enter. And now I ask you, do you want to prosper? Do you want to be financially successful? Then start with what is within your reach right now. Open your wardrobe. Look at each item carefully. Ask yourself, does this represent the wealthy person I want to become? If the answer is no, get rid of it. Donate it to someone in need, sell it, do whatever you must, but don't keep it. Because if you don't make space for the new will not arrive. Prosperity is flow, it is movement. And it all starts with the small decisions you make every day. Now, let me ask you something else. Is there any object in your home that brings back bad memories? Something that, every time you look at it, takes you back to a difficult moment, a mistake you made, a painful phase that you have already overcome or are still trying to get past? If your answer is yes, then I need you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say, because this could be holding you back in ways you don't even realize. I want you to understand something very important. Everything around you carries energy. Every object you own is a reminder of something. And if you keep things in your home that remind you of failures, breakups, betrayals, or hard times, then you are feeding those emotions every day without even noticing. And the worst part? This affects every area of your life, including your financial situation. I met a man who had kept an engagement ring for years from a relationship that never worked out. He said he didn't care anymore, that it meant nothing to him. But every time he opened the drawer and saw the ring there, he felt a weight in his chest. It was almost imperceptible, but it was there. And do you know what else was there? His difficulty in moving forward, both in his love life and his professional life. He was stuck with that symbol of a difficult time, and it was preventing him from truly making space for new opportunities. One day, while talking to him, I asked, if this ring really means nothing to you, why do you still keep it? He was silent for a moment and then replied, I don't know. Maybe because it reminds me of who I was, of what I went through. I said to him, but do you want to keep living in the past, or do you want to create a new future? That's when he made a decision. The next day, he got rid of the ring. And guess what? Not long after, he met someone new, someone who truly added value to his life. But the most astonishing part was that, at the same time, new job opportunities began to arise. As if, by releasing that emotional weight, he had made space for good things to happen. Now, I want you to think about your own life. Is there something you are holding on to purely out of emotional attachment, but in reality, it only keeps you stuck in the past? It could be a photo, a letter, a gift from someone who hurt you, or an object from a period of suffering. I want you to understand that by keeping it close, you are sending a message to the universe that you are still tied to that energy. You cannot expect abundance and growth if you continue to hold on to the symbols of your pain. If you're thinking, but I don't even look at that object, it's just stored away somewhere, I need to tell you something you may have never realized, your mind knows it's there. You may not see it every day, but your energy feels its presence. And that emotional burden affects your decisions, your mood, your confidence, and your ability to recognize new opportunities. Now, I want you to look around and pay attention to a detail you may have never noticed. How many broken, cracked, or unusable things do you have in your home? It could be a mirror with a crack, a chair with a wobbly leg, or a clock that has stopped working for years. You might think they're just objects, right? Wrong. Everything around you reflects the energy you carry within you. Keeping broken objects in your home means accepting brokenness in your life. And when you accept brokenness, you accept stagnation, difficulty, and scarcity. If you surround yourself with things that don't work, you are sending a clear message to the universe, I accept what is damaged. I have become used to things that do not function. And the universe responds to your energy. When you become accustomed to things that don't work around you, your life starts to reflect exactly that. Your money begins to stall, your opportunities become limited, and your mental clarity diminishes. If you don't believe it, just notice how you feel when you step into an organized, clean, and fully functional space. There is a sense of lightness, a feeling that everything flows better. That is the feeling you should create in your own home. Many ancient cultures have long understood this. For example, in feng shui broken mirrors are considered gateways for negative energy. I don't want you to think this is just superstition. Think about this. Studies have already shown that messy, dirty environments or spaces filled with broken objects increase stress and anxiety levels. What does this mean in practice? That your mind cannot relax because it is constantly reminded of unresolved problems. Now tell me, do you want to live in a constant state of alertness, or do you want to create a space that inspires abundance, clarity, and progress? I want you to do something right now. Pick up a broken object that has been in your home for a long time. Something you already know can't be fixed, that adds no value, and only takes up space. Take that object and get rid of it. Now. Because every item you remove makes room for something new. Every broken object that leaves your home is one less energetic blockage in your path. And when you create space for abundance, it comes. It's as simple as that. If you doubt it, try it yourself. Do it today. Choose an item, remove it, and notice the change. Small steps create big transformations. And the life you desire can only enter when you let go of what is holding you back. Now tell me, what will you remove first? Now I want you to stop and think, how many things are you keeping, just in case? You know what I mean, those old cables you've never used, the plastic containers without lids, that coat you haven't worn in years but insist on keeping because you might need it one day. All these things represent something much deeper than just accumulated objects. They speak directly to your mindset, and if you haven't realized this yet, you need to pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. People who hoard things out of fear they might need them in the future are actually operating from a scarcity mindset. They are telling the universe, I don't trust that I will have enough in the future, so I need to hold on to as much as I can now. What's the problem with this? What you hold on to, holds on to you. And if you cling to excess, to things you don't use, to what doesn't add value, then you are closing the doors to the new. Prosperity is flow, it is movement. And there is no movement in stagnation. I remember a story that perfectly illustrates this. I once knew a woman who was always worried about money. She kept everything she could, from useless objects to clothes she hadn't worn in decades. Her wardrobe was like a time capsule. She always said she couldn't get rid of anything because, one day, she might need it. But do you know what happened? Her life was exactly like that, nothing flowed. Money came in and went out quickly, she never had anything left over, and opportunities simply didn't appear. One day, I told her, if you want prosperity, you need to make space for it. You are holding on to things from the past out of fear of the future. And as long as you live like this, you will never feel abundant. She hesitated but decided to give it a try. She took a rubbish bag and started getting rid of things she no longer needed. It was difficult at first, but as the objects left, she began to feel something different, lightness. And within a few weeks, incredible things started happening. Unexpected opportunities appeared, money came from sources she hadn't anticipated, and more importantly, her mindset changed. She realized that there had never been a lack, only unnecessary attachment. I want you to try this today. Take something you've been holding on to for a long time, something you've never used or that no longer adds value to your life. Just one object. And let it go. Donate it, throw it away, or pass it on to someone else. Simply release it. And notice how it makes you feel. You may not realize it immediately, but the simple act of removing what is unnecessary sends a powerful signal to the universe that you trust you will always have enough. And that is the mindset that attracts prosperity. Everything around you directly influences your mindset and, consequently, your results. Every object, every choice, every detail in your environment shapes the way you think, act, and attract opportunities. If you want prosperity, you need to start behaving like someone who already lives that reality. You need to create space for the new to enter, to replace scarcity with abundance, not just in your mind, but in your daily life, in what you touch, in what you see, in what you choose to keep close. Now, don't stop here. You are in a process of growth, and every new piece of knowledge you absorb takes you one step further. The next video appearing on your screen will take you even deeper into this journey, elevate you to the next level, and make you 1% better than you were before pressing play. I appreciate you being here with me, and I'll see you in the next one, because your transformation is only just beginning.